There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So things are underway.
You'd be hard-pressed to find someone as dependable in the box as the man leading the line here.
Ruud van Nistelrooy.
As prolific as they come, Peter. Another Dutch predator who has such a desire to be on the end of anything that comes into the box.
Now it's Thuram. Irwin did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Thuram promptly onto that, and that is that. Messi. Now it's Shevchenko. And it's Neymar. Lampard. Neymar! Now, who's going to be first to this? Neymar stood his ground strongly. And this is... Can he finish? Goal!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
Oh, the deftness of touch. Received it delightfully and finished it off sumptuously.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Rummenigge is onto this.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
He's in a great position here. Big chance, corner. Cleared away. Sporting Braga are looking to go forward now. And it's Neymar. Robertson is one whose deliveries we all know about.
Belgium really are one of these sides that pride themselves on their ability to maintain possession.
Yeah, and some would say that that means they play the game the right way.
Yeah, but of course, it's decisive passes that's going to matter in the longer term. There's no good in holding on to the ball just for the sake of it.
Thuram. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. He's found a way through. Decent chance! Oh, and that is really good tenacity. And now they can clear their lines. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, this looks sharp. Looking for options for movement. Now there's a fine ball. And the finish! He's got away with one there.
Well, let that be a lesson to them. If they don't stay focused all the time, they're going to be made to pay.
Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. Robertson. No, that's been intercepted. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Thuram. This is good pressing, they're not short on bodies. He's looking wide. Lampard.
They want to be quick here, it's breakaway time.
And here's Lampard. And here's Van Nistelrooy. Always goal side. Chance for a shot! It's in! It had to come! It just had to come! He had to have his say. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Sporting Braga are doing very nicely, thank you.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
He's being urged, surely! And no mistake. Just one in it now. The game takes on a whole new complexion. That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
Shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Oh, that's a fine interception. Rijkaard. Platini. Now it's Thuram. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Rijkaard. Irwin. And it's Rijkaard. Neymar is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot.
Foram indicados 2 minutos de compensação.
Platini. Now he's got space here.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Neymar. And it's half-time. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Sporting Braga are leading, but it is still delicately poised. It's 2-1. So straight into the second half. Rijkaard. Baresi. Ball played for Rijkaard. Has a look and plays it forward. That's very neat.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
And he's intervened well there. And it's Robertson. That is a great pick out. Shot could be on. It's Lampard! A wonderful effort all by himself.
Well, I'm glad he took the opportunity to run with the ball when the chance came about. That's the kind of positive thinking they need right now.
Rijkaard. He's a sharp little ball here. Stam gets across to intercept that. Belgium are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, and certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Lampard, and here's Van Nistelrooy. That is lovely. Great defending, strong and determined. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And it's Lampard. Robertson. Nice control. Robertson scooting forward. That's good play. McAllister. And here's Neymar. Platini. And it's Shevchenko. Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Oh, he's having a go! The crowd reaction tells you just how close that was.
He's not happy, and you'd expect that, but at least there's plenty of appreciation for what was a genuinely fine effort.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Lampard taking his leave here, having got himself on the score sheet.
He's sharing a smile or two as he's leaving the pitch, Peter. I think his contribution is widely appreciated.
Neymar. Vão dar os seus lugares a número 17, número 15, número 19. Substituição para o Braga. Número 24, número 21, Van Nistelrooy. Vão dar os seus lugares a
Thuram.
número 23, número 20.
Platini conjures time and space where few can. Robertson making good progress. Spread neatly. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Stam did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And here's Thuram. Looking for a runner. Platini.
Belgium really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Beckenbauer. Robertson. Raul. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And this is Raul! Raul! Now that is commitment to the cause. Irwin goes short. And he welcomes it in. Lovely feet. Oh, look at the space here. And now a sudden chance to counter. Rijkaard. Maldini. Thuram looking understandably energised after his goal. Thuram, good driving run. He's been bundled over, that is a foul. And no surprise, that's a booking. The player's body language here is a bit grim. It is not looking great at all. And it's Shevchenko. Sporting Braga clearly now in lead preservation mode.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
And here's Shevchenko. Tries to play it through. Oh, well played, well played. Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence.
If they're good enough to keep the ball at this stage, it should see them through.
Linton. 2 minutes to be added on. Raul. And we're done. Sporting Braga pull through, sometimes by hook, sometimes by crook, but that needn't matter. They have the win, and that's what they needed. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
Well, Peter, this was...